All right, so someone was asking me a few questions about using radionics to make offerings to spirits, and I thought I'd go over a few things. So the first one is energetic sacrifice, and let's say you're finishing up an evocation with a particular spirit. You know, you can take any witness sample and put it on the input plate. In this case, it's someone that I don't really like, and take the picture of the sigil that you're of the spirit you were just working with on the output plate and just feed it. And this is a vampire box, so it's going to take all the good energy from the input and give it to the output and then filter all the unusable dirty energy back. All right, but you can do the same thing with a regular box, and this is, in this particular case, I really like these 4 dial boxes for this. So let's just take the same spirit, put him on the output plate, put a witness sample of someone on the input plate, and you dial in to their life force like that. And then with the last knob, I like to use that as the return. So with this one, I like to filter all the bad energy back. That's one of the reasons why I really like these 4 dial boxes. But it works both ways with the 4 dial boxes, and that's one thing I like about these. So now we can take this sample right here. Now this is a cemetery from Western Washington. It was a mental asylum that was closed down, and these people suffered very horrible deaths. And that particular cemetery, it was just big holes dug into the ground, and they were just kind of shoveled in there, like bulldozed in there, you know. So now you can take a sample like that and dial in to all that dark and evil and suffering and chaotic energy from that one, and then filter all the good energy back to it, you know. So not only are you using it as a weapon, but you're also kind of using it as an offering too, because you're filtering all that good energy back to them as an offering. And that's just a few things you can do with these. Now, another thing that I really like to do is daisy chain 2 boxes together, you know. So let's say I'm going to work with Hecate tonight, you know. I can take, you don't even, here's another thing with radionics, you don't even need a sigil of the spirit. You can take a picture of them too. So you can take a picture of Hecate, put a picture of the moon, and even though a lot of people associate Hecate with the dark moon, which doesn't matter, use a picture of the moon to power it. Use a witness for you or whoever else on the output. Dial into the power of the moon to power this. And then dial into all the Hecate's energy to come to you. And one thing with this is, now I'll let that run for like a couple hours, and then I'll go and like draw a sigil and do an evocation with her. That way, like, my whole room and my whole body is already connected with that energy. It just makes the evocation go a lot quicker. Now, another thing that I like to do is use different power sources. So pretty much nothing works better than the sun. This is a picture of the sun that I took about, it was the summer solstice of this year. It was the day before the summer solstice, you know. And then take Paimon here, because he's already ruled over by the sun. And yeah, same thing, dial it in, dial it in. Now another thing, when I'm doing like these triple, like with like a hunter killer system that I use for myself, when I'm using 3 boxes, I use a picture of the sun, and then a magic square for Mars, and a magic square for Saturn. And we'll use that because I'm using it for protection. Those are kind of the best ones. most of the time I pretty much always use a picture of the sun for most of the power things I'm doing. Another witness sample that I have that I really like to use is this electrical storm, and it's for a power company, and that works great. Now, let's say, you know, I want to make a Jupiter talisman for wealth. You know, just take a picture of Jupiter, put it on the battery, take a picture or a sigil of some type of Jupiterian spirit. In this case, I have Bathor from the Olympic spirits. You know, I have a $2 bill from a leap year. It's kind of used in a lot of like root magic and hoodoo for prosperity and luck. And then let's say I want to take this large crystal and turn it into an idol for Bathor to bring me prosperity. So just dial in your rate for Jupiter. So now he's already being powered by the same planet that he's ruled over. And then dial in. Okay. So, yeah, I think that's about it. The another thing that I always try to be mindful of is when I make my boxes, I use different colored lights. You know, so like if I'm going to do something with prosperity and Jupiter, this is a blue light and this one is a green light. So, you know, it kind of makes sense to do it for money and prosperity. But I kind of try to make each box not completely different, but it's nice when you can tell them apart, and so that you can use them for certain things more consistently, because it does seem like it makes a difference on it. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Bye.